Is your baby's teething pain keeping you up at night, driving you crazy in the day because they're just crying or they're just very irritable and fussy? Well, here are some quick tips to help you along the way. First, I want to talk about fever and teething. Lots of people think, oh, my baby has a fever, must mean that they're teething. That's not quite true. A fever starts at 100.4 or higher. And when babies teeth, they may get a little bit raised in their temperature, but not to 100.4. If your baby goes to 100.4 and happens to be teething, then you want to go ahead and call your doctor, because guess what? They tend to get cold when they're teething. Why? Well, they stick their fingers in their mouths and they're giving themselves exposure to infectious material. And that's what can get them sick while they happen to be teething. All too common, you see a teething child with an ear infection or a teething child with just a viral cold, but it's been overlooked because it was assumed it was all due to the teething. Now, next, what's going on with teething? How do you know if your baby's really teething? A lot of times I see babies at 4 months old and they're just drooling and the parents are like, oh, I just know that tooth is ready to come out. Typically that first tooth can come out anywhere between 6 months and 18 months old. You know, a lot of you are thinking that's nuts, but it does happen. We don't worry until that 18-month mark. Most babies, the teeth come out between 6 and 9 months old. So what to do about teething? There's a few tricks you could do. One is a wet washcloth that you leave in the fridge so it stays cool. You wring it out, and then they can just chew on it and gnaw on it. Another is make sure your hands are clean. Our fingers, these little nubbins, are just wonderful for babies to teeth on. It does hurt like heck, but I have to tell you, I did it with my own kids, and I'd be like, oh, grimacing. But if it worked and it helped in a pinch, that's what you do. Another thing is they have these cooling teething rings, and so you can buy them at the store. They sell them everywhere now. They sell top dollar ones, and they sell it at the dollar store. You can keep it in the freezer and let it thaw, or you can just keep it in your fridge and leave it staying cool. Another thing that I can tell you, this story, my daughter, when she was teething, she would have 3 teeth come out at the same time, and it was super painful. And the daycare one day told me, oh my gosh, she was biting, she was angry, she was throwing toys at the teacher. And that's pretty much as bad as it's going to get. The pain was so horrible. She was throwing toys at the teachers in daycare, this little baby. So they were just talking to me like, we don't know what happened, this is so unlike her. And I said, she's teething about 4 teeth at the same time. What I typically do is I'll put an ice cube on the area and numb it a little bit for a couple of seconds, and she gets that quick relief. Why don't you try it? So what they did was they had their hand gloves and they put a couple of ice cubes in it, tied it up, and let her chew on it for a couple of seconds at a time. Whenever she started acting out, they'd bring it out and she'd start chewing on it, and she was fine. Now, this has to be done with close supervision. You cannot leave a baby with an ice cube in the mouth. They will get frostbite. They don't notice when they get to the freezing danger point. As opposed to we do, we'll spit out an ice cube. So typically I'll take an ice cube and I'll just wrap it with some paper towel that I've wet already a little bit so I can hold it, and I'll just let them suck on it, and voila, in just like less than 10 seconds, instant relief. Last thing to do is Tylenol. You can give your baby some Tylenol for teething. You typically want to ask your doctor first before starting Tylenol. If you remember what I said at the beginning of the video, they typically get other illnesses at the same time because they're constantly putting their fingers in their mouth to self-soothe the teething pain that they have, thereby introducing infection, and they can have a whole slew of other illnesses that you just don't want to overlook. So you don't want to give the Tylenol that masks the fever and masks the severity of the illness without first talking to your doctor. I hope you find this helpful. Please subscribe to the channel. Please leave a comment below and let me know what you think, and if there's something else you'd like me to discuss. In the meanwhile, I have some free guides and some trainings available on my website and also in the comment below. You can go to drsilvakidsgrow.com, go to the shop area, and you'll find some free guides and you'll find trainings. And some of these guides include Mindful Mom 101, Fever Tips 101, and for trainings, I have Pediatrician Fever Fix to start and Diaper Rash Fix is coming soon. Thank you for watching. Until the next time, be kind to yourself, and bye-bye.